Paul George. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Paul freaking George. I also don't like this camera angle, and I just noticed that we've been like it for this whole time. Now we're right here. So Paul George is a guy that could be leaving LA. I've said this before. If I was Paul George, if I was Klay Thompson, Orlando sounds really good. If I'm Klay Thompson, Orlando sounds great. Warm weather, no income tax, 40 minutes from the beach. I've already won the rings. I got two young guys in Franz Wagner and Paulo Banchero. I can, spend the first year being the co-star, second and third year being the third guy. So I understand Klay thinking that, but Paul George thinking, hey, first 2 years, I'm that guy. Last 2 years, whatever it may be, I hand the reins off to Franz Wagner and fully to Paulo Banchero. But, the first 2 years, maybe Paulo Banchero and I are the two guys who are running the show in Orlando. Then you think Paul George, why would he want to go to the 76ers? Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. I know they brought in Jerry McCain. I guess Kelly Oubre is expected to come back. Pretty decent team. You get to be the number, one of the number 2 guy alongside Joel Embiid, and you continue to chase a championship, which Orlando, yes, you'd be chasing a championship, but it's less likely you'd win one in comparison to if you were to go with the 76ers or to stay with the Clippers. And now the final option is the Clippers. I've heard 3 options. He's not opting out of the trade or opting in to be traded. So he either re-signs with the Clippers to a similar contract as Kawhi Leonard. He signs with the Philadelphia 76ers to a deal that's a little bit more than what the Clippers are offering. Because the 76ers are like, well, we're not going to offer you a full max if we know that your only real offer is coming from the Clippers and it's a 3-year 160. And we don't know if that's the only real offer because a team like the Thunder or another one could come out of left field and take them. But we know out of these 3 teams that the Clippers are offering 3 years, $152 million, something around that ballpark. Maybe the Sixers go, all right, we'll give you 3 years, $60 million, or 3 years, $180 million, or 3 years, $160 million, or 3 years, something like that along those lines. And he goes to the Sixers. Clippers, he stays because if he stays with the Clippers, it's because he's a hometown guy. He really likes what they have there. He wants to continue to build that. He goes to the Sixers because he gets a bit more money and it keeps him in the championship setting. He goes to Orlando, which is the final option, because it's the most money. They're going to give him the most money. They're going to have to both pay. No income tax. It's a good situation, and it makes sense. I personally think that he stays in Los Angeles. He's an LA guy. Probably wants to wrap up the career at home. He's in the media game. It just works out. I think if he were to leave Los Angeles, it's to go to Orlando because he's been paying hella taxes for most of his career. He gets the one last big old paycheck, no income tax. Then after, he does a 3-year deal maybe, and then he glory chases after this. That's my 2 cents. That's what I would do if I didn't stay in Los Angeles.